Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder. And today we had, I honestly do not even remember the name. I think it was the Orbital Hall, the gym style. Yeah, Orbiter Hall. Where, as a prelude to the gym, you get to test out different gym style decks. So I thought today, what I would do is if I can back out and figure out where it is that I'm headed, kind of go over a little bit of gym preparation. So the hall runs just for a day. So at 8 a.m. UTC, I suspect that I don't know, because I'm in California, I'm never awake at 8 a.m. UTC. That's, I want to say like 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. But I don't know how these typically go. Is it as soon as the gym hall ends, the gym begins? Or is there usually a day lag in there? Because I honestly don't know. But we're definitely going to get a ghost gym just in time for Halloween. If it's anything like the previous, I'm thinking we're going to go with 30 items. I'm going to go ahead and say that there is not going to be a Pokemon reward. Rather, there'll be an EX cube at the end of it, or like, well, last time we had the Raichu. So I don't know that we're going to get a Pokemon reward. I think we may just get an EX cube at the end of the 30 wins. And probably 100 Carmenite. And that's kind of all that I can guess. And I know yesterday I said I would do a feature on this video, but I didn't think we were going to have a gym come out quite so quickly. So I wanted to do just a little bit of gym prep for you guys. And first and foremost, Vibrava. Like, I don't know what a bunch of the ghosties do. And I'll have to look into some of these. We'll kind of go over a few. But Vibrava. If you're going to struggle with the number of 3MP Pokemon that come screaming down the hall and they're ghost, so they go over and through everything. Gardevoir, Kirlia, heck, even Ralts. Any of those three are going to be usable. And the good news is there's not a lot of gold, if any, built into ghost Pokemon. Off the top of my head, well, I guess one of the new ones, and I do appreciate. I can't remember his name. It's the owl looking one, but he's got a bow that he's shooting off of one wing, and so while it looks like he's covering up his face with his other wing, he's actually like staring down the bow. If you think of an archer, that's what he's doing. I think it's a terrible graphic, but I appreciate you guys for pointing that out because I honestly could not figure out what it was I was looking at there. But here we go. I also have Supa from the In Guild, who's agreed to kind of go through some test decks with me, and I'll play a couple of matches and use different builds than what I would normally use to kind of showcase maybe some oft-used Pokemon and see what they're capable of. So as we look at our gym prep, this should be all of the ghost type if I did my settings properly. Should be everything available. Everybody knows the Gengar, Mega Gengar, and what that's capable of. Lunala is actually going to be able to do the same amount of damage as Mega Gengar. Now here's the thing that I would caution. As great as Lunala is, especially in this gym, being 3MP, moving over everything and hitting for 160, and that's amazing. If you remember, its wheel does 60, but it halves your opponent's wheel. There's a lot of status effects in the ghost type Pokemon, and Lunala loses the ability to have its opponent's attack if it's inflicted with a status effect. And for that reason alone, I'm going to say that Lunala is not really going to be optimal. I wish I could comment more. This is the bird Desaiue, whatever. Desa. He is, as far as I know, the lone gold. And when he comes out on the field or evolves, and I don't know that anybody's going to run the pre-evolution on that, especially with it being 3 MP as a ghost type. But with the gold, coming out on the field is if your opponent is on an entry point, they're going to respin. If they hit purple, they're knocked out. And there's a lot of purple in the ghost world. So I would say that could be a decent. Kirlia is going to stop. I want to say Kirlia, Gardevoir, and Ralts stop every one of these. I definitely think you could go that route. Vibrava is going to slow it down. So you definitely could look at that as those options. And I know I mentioned them before. Sableye is one of the main reasons why I feel Lunala is not going to be great in this gym. And maybe I'll run Lunala just in its final form and test it out. I really don't know what deck I'm going to build. But I don't even have, like you can see, I don't even have all these Pokemon. I would say your best bets are, wow, this thing is going to hit for a ton of damage. 150 and 2 MP with a burn. That could be nice. Gengar is, you could run the Seismitoad, Gengar, Cheese, if you so chose. This Spirit Bomb, no, it's Spirit Tomb, but well, fine, it's Spirit Tomb. Is going to be 1 MP instead of no MPs. You could work out, and it has gold. You could figure out something where you do scoop ups and switches and continually try to curse your opponent. I think this gym, there could be a lot of banishing going on between Phantom Energy and all the different type of curse markers available. You've got Banette that does curse. You've got Spirit Tomb that does curse. You've got Mimikyu who has curse. Maybe be prepared to play a man down. So there you go. Let me throw together something and I will get with Supa, see what he wants to do, and then we'll be right back and we'll play at least 1 match, maybe 2 matches. But I kind of hope that helps you out just a little bit as far as putting something together. If you don't have all of these, there's a lot of burn on here. Maybe you could go with a burn deck. That could be an option. But let me get a hold of Supa and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, my opponent is running a full ghost deck. Sableye, Phantump, Cosmo. I put together a deck of Mew for the gold, strictly for the gold, Gengar with the Mega Gengar, Sableye, Kirlia with the evolution to Gardevoir. Kind of a hidden little secret right here. Is if you have a Vibrava and do the evolution of Flygon, Draco Meteor could be really good since so many of these Pokemon. And then you have to make the decision. Do you want to... So if they roll a 70 white or higher, they get knocked out. So you're going to have to make the decision on, do you want to give up the ability to slow down the rush, which might be fine late game, for the ability to have the Draco Meteor. Kind of a you pick your poison there. The plates that I'm running are Scoop, Max Revive, Golblock, Phantom Energy, and Mega Gengar. The thought is that, let me move this guy over here. The thought being behind this is that Kirlia confuses when it gets knocked out. Gengar, wait, not Gengar. Vibrava can confuse, Kirlia can confuse, Sableye can confuse or burn, Seismitoad is just flat out gonna poison you, which means that one of my two ghosts is going to, from the bench, will be able to come on the field as long as I can poison my opponent. And I think what I want to do is I got confused. Which, I turned my Vibrava into level 9, and I made all of his segments 24. So him being confused doesn't matter in the least. He still has the exact same wheel as he did before he got confused, so that's pretty nice. Okay. So no worries there. And in fact, I'm just going to keep on attacking. This could actually end up being a really boring game, though, if I just sat here and attacked. But I don't really want to give up position. Although, I will say that I could run Sableye over here into the corner, and I don't even need to. He's going to do my dirty work for me. I'm going to attack all day long into Lunala with Sableye, because chances are I'm going to get a status effect on him. So now he's going to lose his Will-O-Wisp, and he's only going to do 80 damage, but my Pokemon are not going to lose their 50%. Just something to keep in mind there for when you're battling and trying to pick up matchups. That's a really good matchup to try to take advantage of. 63, so I could potentially knock him out. I don't want to attack Cosmo EM because... Alright, let's see what happens here. So I'm going to get knocked out, but I did roll my Super Psy, which is going to confuse. Now Sableye is another one that the confusion doesn't really matter. So what I'm actually going to do is step over here, and then I want to poison him. Well, that's even better, actually. And my goalie has no miss. Huge bonus there. Now, had I not knocked out Sableye, his Gengar could not have jumped down here into the corner, or he would have KO'd his own Sableye. And remember, if you are going to run Toad and Gengar, you can pass over your own Pokemon and knock them out of the battle as well. Just a heads up. Not that I've done that myself or anything, you understand, but let's see. So he could get over, no, he can't. See, he can't. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm actually going to poison. That's fine. Now that may cause him to trigger his Mega Gengar and come down into my corner, which I'm okay with. Mega Gengar cannot knock out Mew unless Mew rolls the white 50. So now, Phantom still cannot get over there to get around. So we're going to step back and we are going to poison. Again, I was just trying to go for the poison, but I get the knockout, and I don't have to worry about my goalie or Vibrava getting knocked out due to a reroll miss. That's actually really nice. So if you have a Vibrava that's level 5 and a Mew that's level 5, they actually go really nice in a Toad deck because you don't have to worry about rolling a miss. And that is something I have just discovered while doing this video here with you guys. Toad is actually not in there to roll white. I would actually prefer him just to go ahead and roll his dodge. But we are going to trigger yet another earthquake. And everybody's going to stay on the board. I'll shoot up, take over his other entry point. I don't see a reason not to press forward with Vibrava. And Vibrava on your opponent's spot right there. I have to be careful. I don't want to trigger the evolution. Oh, he doesn't even have an evolution set up on that. Interesting. I'm going to back off here so that I don't get Vibrava surrounded. Now, Vibrava could get knocked out here by Sableye and his gold move. But what we're going to do is we're going to slide over there. Oops, and I just got my Vibrava surrounded. That was a bad play. Not 2 seconds ago did I say, well, I'm going to put him here for this reason, and then I move him right out of the way. I don't think I'd run Cosmo EM without an evolution. I don't know if that was just an oversight by my opponent or not. And I'm definitely not going to... I think we're just going to slide on up this way. And then he may scream down here. I'm actually kind of worried because I don't have any idea what it is he's doing. Maybe he just wants to go sit on an entry point. I don't know. So we're going to threaten to surround his Gengar. And if you look, see, Gengar cannot get through. Now, if they run Phantom Energy and you have Kirlia or Gardevoir, their Ghost will be able to pass over you if you are poisoned, just as a heads up. I don't know if it works with all status effects, but I know it works with poison. So just a heads up. We knock him out. And then I'm going to press forward with Kirlia next. I don't even think I've used a single plate. And what I'm going to do is now we're going to max revive because, as I stated earlier, we want Lunala to be status effect. And now he is. Perfect. Or she. Now it is. And because Cosmo really can't go anywhere from there, although now this could be bad. Although I do have a lot of gold here and a helpful little purple there. We're going to go scoop up. Actually, we're not. No, cancel. We're going to take over his entry point first. Now I have both of the entry points, and on the next turn I can do scoop up and surround if I want. That would have been a good one to roll So we'll go scoop up, and we're going to take Toad since he's burned. Take Toad and knock out Lunala. I'm okay with that. Now we do have kind of a bad matchup here. Oh, super fortunate roll. Yeah, we're definitely going to take that evolution right there. And we're just going to try to clinch the game right here by triggering our Mega Evolution. Doing a lot of damage now with the 160, I believe. No reason to attack 140 and then plus the 20. And that is important to remember that it's not 160, it's 140 plus 20. And I'll tell you why. If you have a Mega Gengar going against a Lunala, it's going to take half of the 140, so it's going to be 70, and then it's going to add 20 to that, so it's going to be 90 instead of 80. Just remember that when you're trying to do your calculations of should I attack or should I not attack, make sure you look at what the base damage is before you add in any damage buffs. So we're going to get the nice little victory there. Actually, I'm going to say that I don't necessarily think that the deck I'm running here... Oh, look at this. Crap. I should have moved Gardevoir out of the way. I just got my Gardevoir surrounded. I wasn't paying attention. I thought I'd won, and anyway. Sorry about that. Anyway, keep in mind your damage calculations because they'll come in handy when you're trying to figure out should I attack or should I not attack on certain situations. I wonder if it was intentional that he didn't put in the evolution there. And I really should have known better. I use Cosmo in my league deck. I wasn't thinking. In my head, I had already won the game, so I wasn't thinking, which happens, and it happens in league play to my opponents as well. You see him go hide his Lunala? That was pretty funny. I'll go up here. But I think you guys get the gist. I'm going to go ahead and play this out. But at this point, I feel like I'm just being pretty redundant on saying things. This actually seems like, much to my surprise, I just kind of threw it together, but much to my surprise, this seems like a pretty solid deck. And it's kind of a budget deck. There are no new Pokemon in my deck here. So there you go. I don't really care about Phantump. He's doing minus 21, which means he's doing 40, 42, which I guess will still beat my Mew. So maybe I should have cared a little bit more than I am. We're gonna go over here, try to status effect. We both rolled. I think on my next turn, if I survive over here, what he did is he just set up. I'm actually going to go over here and try to land the gold into. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. I do have a gold block. but that's not going to matter. Well, yeah, if Mew gets knocked out, I have a gold block, so I guess I'm okay. I would much prefer for him to roll purple. If I can status him, if he gets confused, he's going to roll miss or 10 almost every time. I just can't get it to work. Do I still have my max revive? No. Okay. Let's do this. Man. He's out of plates. We're kind of at a stalemate here until... Oh, he rolled miss and I rolled a dodge. So what he did by moving Gengar there and attacking Toad is now I can't use my gold block to rescue myself from his attacks. Whereas before, if Mew got knocked out, gold block would save me. Such is not the case. So basically, we're just kind of beating each other in the head to see which one gets the favorable RNG roll first. And looks like I did. He has to go here or here, and then one of those two spots, and then he has to attack and land teleport again and hope that I do not land my gold. This is his final option, and wouldn't you know it? After rolling blue on 5 straight rolls, and then he just goes right back to rolling the blues again. Anyway, I'm going to let this play out and pump up the music. So if the gym comes tomorrow, I hope this helps you. And until next time.